Almost every high school and college student in the United States has taken a biology class that includes a section on genetics, the study of the genome. It starts off easy: Punnett squares, dominant and recessive genes, and Mendel's simple rules of heredity. But it doesn't stay easy for long. Suddenly, you're looking at genotypes, phenotypes, predicted transmitting abilities, pedigrees, inbreeding depressors, desirable and undesirable genetic recessives, heritability factors, and, if you're really unlucky, those pesky covariance matrices that seemingly have very little to do with genetics to begin with. The problem is that teaching and learning genetics is hard. So how do we address this? Well, the answer seems simple. We teach genetics in the same way we teach everything else in biology, through experimentation and hands-on experience. But there's a problem with that too. Animals take time to develop, and you need many generations to observe genetic trends and correlations. Even the fastest growing lab rats take 6 to 9 weeks to reach sexual maturity. And that's before you even consider animal welfare. In a 15-week semester, you simply don't have the time to give students the hands-on experimentation that they need. This is where my project, Herd Genetics, comes in. Using powerful technology, Herd Genetics creates a classroom-level simulation of an animal population. Each student manages their own breeding program and makes progress over time. Students can share animals with the rest of the class and breed their animals with those of other students. Herd Genetics bridges the gap between theoretical concepts and practical application, giving students the hands-on experience with real genetic principles in a time frame that actually fits the classroom. What began as a solution to a common learning challenge is now being used at both Penn State University and Cornell University. Now let's see this in action. Start by heading to the Herd Genetics website at herdgenetics.com. In the top right corner, click the Sign Up button and create your account. Once you're logged in, click the green Create Class button at the bottom of the page. Give your class a name and add any information you'd like your students to see. Next, select a trait set. A trait set is exactly what it sounds like: a set of traits. The trait set you choose determines the animals and the genetic traits your class will work with. You can learn more about each trait set in the trait set reference linked at the bottom of the page. For this demo, we'll use Animal Science 322, which includes multiple species. Now define the number of initial animals in your class herd. The class herd is shared by every student alongside their own personal herd. It allows students to exchange animals and explore the benefits of genetic diversity. For this example, we'll start with 20 animals. Click the green Create Class button to finalize it. Once a class is created, share the class code at the top of the class page with your students. They'll use that code to join your class. After they've joined, go to the Enrollments page and accept their enrollment. This is where you can also view all your students' individual simulations. After your students are enrolled, you can create your first assignment. Give it a name, start date, and due date, and then add the steps of the assignment. For this demo, we'll create an assignment where students must breed their herd and submit one animal. Click Create Assignment and wait for students to complete it. From the student's perspective, they can access their simulation through the class page. At the top of the page, they'll see that they need to breed their animals. So they select animals to breed with, they load them in, run the simulation, and receive feedback about their results. They then submit one animal to the class herd just as assigned, and voila, they're all done. This demo barely scratches the surface of what Herd Genetics is capable of, but all the parts of Herd Genetics are designed to follow a simple mission: to give students a meaningful, hands-on experience with genetics within the realistic constraints of a semester in an accessible manner. There are many moving parts to the Herd Genetics platform, but the backbone of the project is built on the Python Django web framework and the object relational mapping layer of Django. HerdGenetics.com is deployed using a hybrid approach, combining a persistent AWS EC2 based background server with a horizontally scalable serverless layer through AWS Lambda and RDS Postgres as the main database.